For the CFD simulation, the mesh geometry was set. The main models used for the automated mesh were polyhedral measure, prince layer measure, and surface remeasure. Then, 2 custom controls were set for critical areas. Additionally, some physical conditions had to be set: a 3-dimensional model, segregated flow, and steady and constant density. Also, the fluid was assumed to be turbulent. For the solution, a Reynolds average Navier-Stokes model was chosen, and a K-epsilon model, but it performs poorly on certain contractions or laminar flow, so a realizable K-epsilon 2-layer and all white plus was selected. Finally, 3 fluids were selected and 15 simulations were performed.
Pumps parameters were calculated on a MATLAB script following the algorithm proposed by the Hydraulic Institute. First of all, B parameter was calculated and a conditional was made. If B was below or equal to 1, the fluid's parameters were recalculated to those of water, because their properties are similar enough to make this assumption. However, if B was between 1 and 40, different correction factors had to be calculated as follows. For those fluids for which B was above 40, they were considered as if B was between 1 and 40. Therefore, the results for this fluid do not appropriately represent the fluid behavior. The shaft power was calculated as follows. Finally, graphs were made for the fluids. Additionally, Reynolds number was calculated and graphed against the head in the best efficiency point and the head in shutoff.
Results obtained by the method proposed by the Hydraulic Institute are shown below. In the first place, regarding the relationship between volumetric flow rate and total head, a first observation can be made. The fluid's heads at the shutoff point are the same for all fluids. This is because, in the algorithm, when flow rate is 0, the head's value stops depending on the fluid and becomes the given shutoff head value for water. Also, the overall behavior of the graph shows that the total head decreases with viscosity. As to the shaft power, for less viscous fluids, the shaft power increases with an increase in the flow rate. However, for more viscous fluids, this magnitude seems to reach a maximum around 2.5 cubic meters per hour and start decreasing from that flow rate on. This behavior does not make sense, since power should increase as the flow rate increases for all fluids. And also, it is important to mention that fluids 3, 5, and 8 are not properly modeled by the method because their B parameter is outside the ranges established by the algorithm.